Okay, so I'm fed up with these stupid 3-minute shorts because they just don't give you enough time to get anything done. So we're going to do this right. All right. This guy here is called a Blue Driver Pro. You can get this off Amazon for $100, and it's worth it. You have to get the Pro if you have an Android phone, but I recommend the Pro anyways because it comes with better options and features than the regular one, which is a little bit cheaper. The Ozark Trail Hatchet, like I said, comes with this machete and this knife right here. Excellent set. They're high quality. The whole set was like $40. I can't remember. I've seen it at the store, but I actually got the set as a gift because my family knows me. This is a Timberwolf stiletto that I said I obtained in the Army. I'll show you guys that. Okay, there we go. It's very sharp, very robust. It doesn't mess around. Great brand, great knife. Once again, I've got my Kershaw folder. That came off cheaperthandirt.com. I forget what kind of sharpening stone this is. It's got a fancy name, but I can't remember it. It's got a fine and a rough side. This is the rough side. This is the fine side. Great sharpening stone, lasts forever. Doesn't ever go out. This shotgun here is a Cobra Arms 410 double barrel shotgun with a folding stock. They don't make these anymore. They weren't very popular at the time, but I mean, I've had this shotgun for years and years and years, and it has never not been a great conversation piece, and everybody I've ever showed it to has always thought it was the coolest little thing ever. It's got kind of a weird action. The functions of the safety and stuff make it kind of clunky, but I mean, if you have to reload this thing after shooting something with it, then I mean, you should probably just reconsider what you're doing anyways. As you can see, it holds 3 shells down here, which I don't see why they couldn't just make that a little fatter and make it hold 4, so that you'd get 2 full reloads. These right here, Hex Armor leather gloves with increased protection for the fingers and knuckles. I used to work in the industrial industry quite extensively, and they give these things out. They're tough-ass gloves. I've had this pair forever, and for the basic use, they just don't really... If you're not doing hardcore work with them, they last. Okay. This over here is just some chips of wood that I broke up. It was some slightly wet, slightly rotted wood. That's going to make good tinder bundles later. I've got a 12-inch cast iron skillet. This one here is actually very old, so the brand is not on it, but it was in fact made in the USA. I don't know why it says 10 on it, because if you measure it, it's 12 inches. But it is what it is. This right here, I don't know if it's an international or company or not, but I got this. It's the House brand tape measure, 25 foot. It's for $10. I got it at a company called Evco, which specializes in industrial tools. Got 2 bundles here of glow sticks. I use these for absolute emergencies only, but you can pick these up at the dollar store in packs of like 100 for next to nothing. I believe I've got 10 in each pack. We already covered the, no we didn't, because I had to restart the video. This is a Trailblazer emergency survival blanket. They're freaking awesome. If you're freezing to death, this thing will save your life. It wouldn't look like it because it's thin, but trust me, they work. Now on to my kits here. This kit here, both of these boxes were purchased from the dollar store. I believe this one was $5. I think this one was $10. This one is much better, but I preferred these. I preferred these for the depth and size, but I couldn't find any more when I went to get more. I've got an old pouch for some Skull Candy headphones, and inside of that, give me 1 second here, I'll set you guys down. Alright, this right here I got from GI Surplus, or a surplus store of any kind. This is a GI saw is what they call it. And it doesn't look like much, but I'm telling you, if you use this thing properly, you can saw through anything. So I've got that wound up in there. I've also got a little compass hidden in there, some fishing weights, and some 15-pound test No, that's actually stainless steel braided wire. I apologize. Let's see here. I'll put that back up. If any of you are veterans, you'll know exactly what that is. That's an engineer compass. Takes a little bit of know-how to use it, but if you've ever done any kind of land navigation training, then you'll know what it is. That's something you're going to need to work on if you actually plan to do any kind of overlanding or survival training of any kind. Because you're going to need to know what an azimuth is and a reverse azimuth, and that's just something I don't have the capacity to teach you at this current point until I can find a way to set up my camera where I don't have to hold it the whole time. Caught myself that time, trying to cuss less. This is a White's auto fisher. Yep, there we go. You can see it. And these little guys here are freaking awesome. What you do is you hang it on like a tree branch or something like that. You hook up your fishing string and a hook down there. And then you simply let it roll. And you pull the thing down. You lock it in place with a little bit of bait on it. When the fish hits it, it pulls them out the water for you. Now I have 2 of those. And then I have just a cheap little multi-tool here. I think I actually got this one for free somewhere as well. Oh yeah, see, it's got Sabine Transportation Company. So yeah, that was given to me at some point throughout work for some kind of reward. Because they always want to give you some cheap $10 crap for rewarding you for working your ass off for years. But whatever, it came in handy. These little guys here are like $2 on cheaperthandirt.com. It's called a life card. It's got arrowheads. There's my finger. It's got arrowheads in it, spear tips, a saw blade, a double-sided saw blade. As you can see, it's got fish hooks. These little things here for setting snares. There's all kinds of little things on it. Oh, and I stuck a couple of assorted tools in there, which that right there, that piece of electrical tape is just holding together a bunch of fish hooks for me. Wet wipes for hygiene. Cleanliness is next to godliness. Why do I say that? Because if you're not clean, your ass will meet God pretty quick out here. Now, I have PA Plus. These come from Coleman, and I got these at the camping section at Walmart. And one is a neutralizing tablet, one is a water purification tablet. You have to know how to use these, but they come with directions. I've got 1 cork. And this right here was just a piece of paper that I threw in there. These are homemade. I made these myself. It's just a little pouch of dryer lint. If you don't know, dryer lint is responsible for like 75% of house fires. So it's good fire starter if you need it. We'll move on to this guy here. This one here is just for basic hygiene concerns. I've got some, napkins. I think these are... Okay, no, they are Kleenex, but I mean, you can use them for whatever. I've got several sources of fire starting. I have regular matches, and then I have these stormproof matches. These are expensive as hell, so I wouldn't recommend investing too much in those, but you at least want 1 box. Bobby pins. The girlfriend of mine actually gave me the idea for these, and they have countless uses if you can think outside the box, and a paper clip managed to get stuck in there. Got a few more paper clips, Q-tips, another smaller tape measure, just in case. That right there was just tossed in there at some point. More matches. There's not much to this one, but as you can see, I've got some toothpaste. I do have a travel toothbrush too, but it's not in this kit. We'll move on from that. Okay. Now, this Camillus machete, I know I talked badly about the E-tool, which the E-tool is a piece of junk, but it did come with this machete. One thing I'll say about Camillus, their machetes don't hold an edge worth of crap, but they are solidly constructed. But the reason I like this one is if you see the saw edge blade on the back, they actually have a much better designed saw edge than, for example, this Ozark Trail one. Let's get it out of there. Okay. This Ozark Trail one, while it holds an edge much better and is an overall better constructed machete, the saw blade on the back, as you can see, is not near as high quality. It doesn't saw near as good as this one. So I use them interchangeably for different things, but also the Ozark Trail Superior because it comes with a sheath, a fire starter ferro rod, and its own sharpening stone, although I have my own. I've got my Sig Sauer P365 XL here with an inside the waistband leather holster. One thing I want to clarify, before I go on a trip, I learn the laws of the states that I'm going to be going through to make sure that I'm not breaking any laws. And I do not travel in states that do not allow firearms. As you can see, Sig Sauer 9x19 millimeter. Great little pistol. Had it for a while. I picked this up for $500. It came with 3 magazines, 1 extended and 2 regular size, and a case. And the gun shop I bought it from was actually nice enough to throw in 2 boxes of ammo and this holster for free. But that's because I know how to talk to people and make deals. Great little pistol, super accurate, and one of my favorite things, it has night sights from the factory that never stop glowing. Let's see what else we have here. That's pretty much everything. This is my U.S. Army assault pack that was actually issued to me in the Army. Currently, just about everything that's inside of it is what you just saw. This comes out of the center console of my truck. I do keep a pin in my little kit as well. I'll have to reorganize all that in a minute. This right here is just a cool little thermos that I got. Got this for $20 at a Love's truck stop. These right here is a set of survival plates. You get, I believe, 3 along with 2 fold-out cups. And it had bowls, but I don't know what happened to the bowls. This came out of the Walmart camping section. It was $25. Paper plates. I have 1 good-sized pot, a couple different coffee cups. These you can boil water in if necessary, but I don't. Got a spatula. I need to clean that. Pot scrubbers, a can opener. What else is in here? Oh, a whisk, and there's my my relish I was looking for. I've got some coffee filters and some rags in there. Right now, I've just got that stuffed full of most of my cutlery for ease of transportation. Let's see here. I've got the awning, you know, for shade and stuff. But in my case, I'm really only using that to keep the back of my camper shell from leaking. This camper shell was not designed for this truck, but it fits very well. However, it doesn't allow the back window to seal when I close it down. I've dug my fire pit here. I didn't make a huge one. I just made one just big enough to cook on and make a fire because I'm not trying to have any ragers out here. I think we already covered the wood. I've got my extra large, my medium, and my small stuff, which I'm going to make some more small stuff in a minute out of these. Must have. This is an 8-pound sledgehammer. Some people call it a maul. I don't know where people come up with that because that's not what it is. But I've cut this one down to have a 2-foot long handle, and it's got a strike face to protect the handle from fracture. You can get all of that at Home Depot for cheap. If you don't know how to shop for tools, I'm sorry. I actually found this piece of plywood out here, and I haven't decided if I'm going to use that to upgrade my sleeping situation or if I'm going to take that and just turn it into firewood. But we'll get there. Here in a minute, I'm going to walk that trail and go find that lake. And then I'll demonstrate how to set up the auto fisher and probably some other stuff. Like I'll show you guys how to make an improvised water filter. Oh, speaking of, let's go get that water filter and I'll show you guys. This is my recommended brand. I have about 5 of these. Now keep in mind, I don't get paid by these companies. Also, fitness. Bring yourself some weights. They don't have to be nuts. Oh, damn wasp. You don't have to be out here trying to get jacked, but you want to stay in shape. Toilet paper. This is just an empty container that I can put things I don't want getting wet in. I've got hygiene products in here, toothpaste, etc. I've got my tablet, stuff to clean with. These are all my important documents. This one here is full of only jackets. This one here is full of all my military clothes, like BDU, ACU, stuff like that. Extra oil, extra transmission fluid. As you can see, I had to use this one recently. This is an improvised funnel I made years ago out of a Dr. Pepper bottle, and it's still going strong, and it's all you need. It fits right there in the door. To the other side. While we're thinking about it, if you're planning on being in the forest for an extended period of time like I am, then you want to make sure and start your truck for at least 10 minutes every day, or you might wind up stuck like Chuck when your battery dies. Especially if you're using your truck to charge your phones and stuff. Dadgum spider. There is a spider that has just decided that he wants to make my pickup his new home, and he won't give up. I've got some more assorted hygiene stuff in here. Shampoo, conditioner, bars of soap, mouthwash, and some Gold Bond powder. If you don't know, then I feel sorry for you, because that stuff there will save your life. Got a couple pair of tennis shoes, several pairs of boots, an electric impact, which unfortunately I forgot the daggum charger for. Once again, these guys here, cheaperthandirt.com, one of my favorite websites for survival gear. 600 lumens. It takes, I believe, 3 AA batteries, and they last for a long time. And these actually came with batteries in them. And I'd had those in storage for several years, and they worked straight out the box. That right there is a Dremel tool. Ignore my speakers, but I like music quality. For instances when you really need to get rough, I've got my Remington 870 Express Magnum, and that is loaded with slugs and buckshot alternating. I've got a Marlin Model 99 M1. They don't make these anymore. Great little rifles. Any Marlin is a great rifle, but this one here is, I love it. This baby here is older than me and just about everybody you'll probably ever know. That is a Winchester Model 67 smoothbore bolt-action rifle. Let's see here. This thing here is a squirrel slaying machine. I've slain squirrels and rabbits with it till the cows come home. It don't never quit. Great rifle. Requires very little maintenance. That's just a bucket full of change, you know. Oh, I've got my laptop up here, but I'm having issues with keeping it charged, so that's why I'm doing so much off my cell phone. That is a DC AC converter, and I have an extremely long cell phone charger that I've run into the back, so I could charge my phone while I'm sleeping back there. Coffee pot. I've got a solar generator on the way. It's gonna meet me in Pennsylvania when I get there. Let me move some of this shit, and I'll climb up in here and show my setup. Now, it's pretty basic right now. It'll improve as I go. I bet you I bust my shin hopping up here. Ooh, I didn't for once. Okay, so I got water bottles. This is my bedding setup. It's a little dirty because it rained and it leaked in it a couple weeks back. Air Maxes for when I want to feel sexy. But if you unroll this, basically my bedding setup is just blankets on top of blankets, and as it gets colder, I just get a little less comfortable of a mat to sleep on, so I just dive up under the next blanket. Here's my charger. As you can see, it's plenty long. I've got my Army combat boots. Love those. I'm currently wearing my Thorogoods because, you know, I like them too. Ibuprofen. I had a headache earlier. I've got all my clothes divided up by type. Pants and t-shirts, cold weather stuff. And this is like loose assorted items that I didn't really have a classification for. Got my dirty clothes currently stashed in that. That's just a jacket. These are my pickles. This one here is like socks, underwear, stuff like that. This one here is full of bullets. And then I've got a 3-ton floor jack. Alright. I have a fan if I need it, although it's been pretty cold, so I haven't. Bottle of Parmesan, you know, for when you're just chillaxing. And some wine. That's a nice fine Chianti. Some of you will get that reference. Measuring cup, glass bowl. There's another one of my camping plates. Like I said, you want several of everything. I've got about a dozen flashlights with me. There's one of those lanterns that I showed you the box for. Alright, cover up my name on that. That's my toolbox. It's jam-packed with just about anything you could imagine. Okay, you can't see my code. And I've got 2 combination locks on it. I've had this toolbox forever. It's solid. About the only way you're getting in that without knowing the code is to blow it up. Heater meals. I bring these for extreme emergencies. I've only eaten 2 of these on this trip, and it was just when I just couldn't be bothered to go find food somewhere else. Then I have an empty box of heater meals. I've got basic stuff, 2 cans of salt. That's just pickle juice. No, I think there's still pickles in that. I like these Del Dixie Spicy Baby Koshers. Good luck finding them at the grocery store, but you can get them on Amazon. That's a book. We're not going to show that book because I don't agree with the assertions that book makes. I've got a cookbook that's special to me because it has recipes from my Pawpaw Jackie in it. And he passed away a year or 2 ago. I got a bottle of honey. Some crackers here. I was munching on those this morning. Sardines. Vienna sausages. Wolf brand chili with beans. You can say what you want, but if your chili don't have beans in it, screw you. And Beanie Weenies. These are smoked hickory flavor. I'm not a fan of them, but the dollar store can't ever just stock the regular brands. A friend of mine that I met at my Dead River camping site gave me these. I'm not a fan of herring, especially not kippers, but you know what? They might save my life at some point. I got Ziploc baggies, tuna in the pouch, and then cans of tuna. I like it in vegetable oil because you can use the oil for other purposes. And my dog likes it as a treat. I got ketchup. Let's see here. Beer salt. Yeah, I did a lot of drinking at the start of the trip. More coffee filters. These are actually the Heater Meal 3s, I believe. They're an upgraded version. Yeah, they're the Heater Meal EX. They're, in my opinion, the best ones. They're the best balance between flavor, price, and quality. Little bags for the dog poops, just in case, you know. So right here's a roadside emergency kit, and I've got some other tools tucked away under it. And that right there is for when shit gets rough. Inside this box is just assorted tools, gun components, things like that. Stuff to maintain. And this is why I keep Penelope's dog food in, to keep it protected from critters. There's another case. This one still has the lantern in it. A jar of mayonnaise. This is Hellman's brand. And they tell you to refrigerate it after opening. You don't have to. Especially not when it's cold. Now, if it was incredibly hot, maybe, but that hasn't been a concern yet. As you can see, I ate some Viennas this morning. And this will get improved on as my trip moves on. Got some deodorant. Unfortunately, one of my screws that holds down my camper shell decided it didn't want to anymore. So I tightened it down with a little C-clamp until I can get somewhere, get some more screws and robust that up. Got a butterfly knife there. And I've got probably 75 of these scattered throughout my truck, bags and other things. As you can see, I've been using my matches. A little bit of change came out of my pocket last night. Those will get added to the dirty clothes. Taco Bell sauce, because I can't pass up a Taco Bell without getting some food at it. Here we go. This baby here is called a Forever Match. I don't really care for them, but they are handy. I filled this one up with fluid, God knows when. And it seems like whenever you need it, it never has fluid in it. Even though it's supposed to seal. You can see the O-ring. Let's see. There we go. Oh, come on. there it goes. Okay. Now what you do is you unscrew this little thing out. On the side here is a ferro rod, which is rinky-dink. They don't hardly give you any. But what happens is you fill it up with Zippo fluid, and it's got this little, you get this little cotton thing on the end, and there's a piece of carbon steel right there. You take it and you strike it along that ferro rod, and it will ignite that cotton. But as I said, I've never really had much success with these, but it's just, it came with that Camillus kit that came with that busted e-tool over there. And I like to give myself as many options as possible. We'll get into that in the next video. Let me screw that back in and get out the back of the truck. I had to make myself a prop because these don't work anymore. But hey, I mean, I got this camper shell for free, so I can't even complain about its state of repair or whatnot. It keeps me dry, and it, believe it or not, keeps you pretty warm. This is where it leaks from. I'll show you up here. Grab my pot, move it. Okay. I've got a crack in this tail light setup that doesn't even actually work, but it causes it to leak like a sieve when it rains. And so I use my awning here to cover it, and it prevents that problem entirely. This awning here came from Academy Sports and Outdoors. It was $30. You could always find them on sale in the summertime, especially if you live by a beach. Same thing with the chairs. Academy Sports and Outdoors, $15 during the summer on sale. 35-inch tires. I believe these are 225s. 35 by 12.5. 17. Great tires. They were expensive, but they run. I got tow hooks on the front. Oh, shit. Whatever. It's a Ford F-150 extended cab, 5.4 Triton V8, 3-valve. A lot of people talk crap on this truck, but I'll tell you what, if you follow the instructions and you treat this truck good, it'll go and go and go and go. Mine has almost 300,000 miles on it, and it does not quit. Keep it full on oil, and don't believe those assholes that tell you to use 10W30. It calls for 5W20 for a reason, and that's because you need the thinner oil to properly lubricate the top end of your head and your cam phasers. If you follow the instructions, this truck will not quit on you. The only thing I've ever had to fix on this truck is my drive shaft is broken once. That's because I was driving it rough, doing stupid stuff. At this point, I'll call that the end of this video because we're running on 30 minutes, and that's about the attention span of most people. So, oh, yes, and obviously I've got extra water storage and a broom for cleanliness. I have a cot. The cot was a little too long to fit in the truck, but I'm going to modify that at some point and make it work, unless I can find something better. That's a super expensive hitch. You can look up that license plate number all you want. It's not going to help you find me, so go ahead, because that license plate number is no longer attached to an address that I live at. And I mean, like I said, you can show up at my house like a weird stalker at your own risk. And I do say that because it has happened before. I had a girl in my clan on Warframe that thought it would be a good idea to track me down in the